What's up, everybody? Today we have another active easy walkthrough on Hack the Box. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Let's get started. So first thing I like to do is I personally like to make sure that I have connectivity to the machine. So let's go ahead and bring up our terminals and clear. Let's ping the box. Whoops, accident. Ping the box. We got bytes. Let's go ahead and ping LinkVortex.hackthebox, and we have bytes. For those that don't know, you can go ahead and just go ahead cat out your /each/host file to make sure that your link is here, in order to make sure that this actually resolves via the DNS. That said, let's go ahead and get some. Let's go ahead, clear that, and get some scanning done. The first thing we want to do is go ahead and run the standard nmap scan on LinkVortex.hackthebox. Let's get that started, and let's go ahead and get our standard get our directory enumeration going, because we know that usually there's always a web server. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hit discovery/web content/ and let's use big.hackthebox on fuzz, and you know what I'm saying. And let's go ahead. Whoops, that is the wrong scan. Jumping ahead a little bit, but it's always good to actually do some subdirectory enumeration as well. So even though it's, just take my word for it, there's not very actually the directory enumeration is worth doing. So let's go ahead and do ffuf tacw on /get/seclist. Usually we do discovery web content, and we can use big, but we didn't know that we had this subdirectory just yet. So this is what we would start with without knowing, and this seems like a lot. I'm not going through all of that. So what I'm gonna do is, I think that this tacfs is what did it, and what I want to do is I want to eliminate the irrelevant results, like, you know what I'm saying. So what I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and say, and one of the things I personally love doing, this is a great thing that ChatGPT would be great at doing, right? So let's go ahead and go to a ChatGPT, and let's go ahead and ask it, I want to eliminate the irrelevant results here. How to do it. And I want to emphasize that ChatGPT is a tool to use. Let me get back on my soapbox. ChatGPT is a tool to use, and I don't care about what the other hackers say. If they want to be all in their pride and do everything from memory, they're more than welcome to. I am utilizing every tool that is available to me to make the job as easy as possible. This is not a pride contest. I'm trying to get the flag. That is it. So how do we eliminate? Let's go through some of these. It says, hey, look, we can exclude results like 403 and 404, which seems very cool to me. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and go back to our directory enumeration. Most of these will be 404. Why did even status 301? So we want to exclude 301 as well. So let's go ahead, hit a Control U on that, and let's exclude 301 as well, because a lot of those seem to be that way, and get that scan running, directory scan running. And let's go ahead and jump back to our nmap scan. We see that there's first of all, there's a web server, but interestingly enough, there's a robots.txt with 4 disallowed entries. Looks like we also have some results starting to come up on the left. Let's go ahead and check out the web page. That's the very first thing I want to do. So http://linkvortex.hackthebox, and let's go ahead. It looks like nice, pretty web page, like some sort of technology blogging website or something like that, powered by Ghost. That's interesting. Looks like some sort of technology user that we're. Chances are that this is probably what we're going to end up exploiting anyway. Check out some. There's 2 pages, so why not click on it? Little search function up here. No sign of like SQL injection up there, or but what I'm interested in is that robots.txt. Yeah. Oh, it looks like there's a Ghost thing right here, so let's go ahead and go in there. Let's go to Ghost. Oh, I put 2 slashes. Let's go ahead. We got a login page. We got a login page. All right, so chances are our foothold is probably going to come from exploiting Ghost. Once we find credentials to get into the web page, however we do it, we're going to exploit the privileges within this particular system, if there's any, and we're going to try to turn that into a shell, and then from there we're going to try to escalate privileges. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's continue with our results. What do we have? We have it found robots.txt. It looks like there's a sitemap.xml here. Trust me that we found everything that we needed to find without going through. I don't need to show you every web page in there, but as a standard operation and penetration test, you do want to go through there. So we did find our login page, and what we want to do is, like, we didn't, after doing a lot of searching, and this is something that you should do on every website, is that we should do some subdirectory enumeration as well. So let's go ahead and enumerate the subdirectories as well here on the left. Let's go ahead. So what we want to do is we want to Control U, do F. I'm gonna just call this fluff for now on. F, not FFUF. Let's give it the standard word list. And let me get rid of some of these. How do I do that? I think it's Control. I found it. Control W to get rid of these. And let's do. It took a lot of tinkering with this command to get it to work. So let's go ahead and enumerate the subdirectories using the DNS records. So let's come back, sec list. We want to go make sure it's in discovery. Let's do, what's are my options? Let's do DNS. And let's do this. What am I think it's subdomains. And let's do the top million subdomains, and we want to do, let's start with the first one, because the 11, what's that, 1 million? The 1 million one actually kind of takes a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and do that one. And we want to make sure that we want to run this word list. So we got to give it a web page. Let's say run this word list on http linkvortex.htb, and we want to specify a host. So the host is going to be fuzz.linkvortex.htb, and we want to also tack in these arguments in order to eliminate the irrelevant results. Well, to limit it to the relevant results rather. So let's go ahead and run that. What did I do wrong? Get sec list, discovery, DNS subdomains, top 1,500,000. All right, 5,000 rather. Web page. Let me try this. 1 second. Is that the Phineas and Ferb? Oh, there we go. Oh, and then we have a sensitive directory exposed called dev, right? And so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So dev.linkvortex.hackthebox. And what we also need to do is we need to make sure that we enumerate this directory as well, so we know what type of subdirectories are in it as well. So let's go ahead and enumerate this subdomain as well. Let's go ahead back to our lovely terminal, and let's go ahead and do ffuf tag w /git /seclist /discovery /web content. Let's put big, use the big word list, tac u, and let's do this on dev, http://dev.hackthebox/was, and limit it to the results. And now we have a .git file, which is always a great thing. And that we don't have any access to the hack HT access, HT password, or the CGI bin directory as well, which is also a really good thing as well. Sometimes you can find exploits there. But let's check out this .git directory. So let's go ahead and head back to our web page and go to .git, which is a hidden directory. So now we have a really access to this. And usually you can find credentials. The first thing I went to this logs thing. Was like, I know for sure I'm finna find some logs here. And sometimes you find credentials here, which is awesome. It wasn't here this particular time, so like, damn. All right, but all hope is not lost. What I did find was, I was like, all right, let's go ahead and can we find a way in order to dump this? Like, we got to find a way to work with this with our command line to run our searching tools on it. So I'm gonna say dump git hub. Git hub. I cannot type today for some reason. Hub. Oh dang, I messed up. Dump git hub tool. And I came across this little git dumper tool, right? And so you can use pip to install git dumper, you know what I'm saying? And so let's go ahead, run to our terminals, if I can get them on here, and I say git dumper, git dash dumper. Cool. So we got it working. I mean, if you want to install it, you definitely can, but we already got the tool, so we're not going to do that. And let's go ahead and run git dumper on, let me remove tac r on dump, because that I already done it before. So let's git dumper on, what is our URL? I'm assuming that we gotta run it on the URL. So first I need to know what type of arguments are. URL dir. Sounds easy enough. So let's run git dumper on this link, and let's name it /control U. My autocomplete keeps messing me up on LinkVortex. On this particular one, and let's do it. Let's name it dump. Following our dir. I thought I gave it a dir. Do I actually have to use the word URL? I thought you just put it. So let's say URL here and put dir here. I thought it actually meant unrecognized arguments. So did I have it right the first time? Let's hold on. Control U is git let me look at the damn documentation. Git dumper, example, Git dumper website. This is the Git, and this is the directory. So I had it right the first time. Git, let me make sure. Git dash dumper. Oh, I put an S there. Oh no, the S should be there. Did that slash, and then let's say /dump. Oh, I think that slash before messed me up. So if I type in ls dump, the fuck? This computer just doesn't seem to be working with me today. There we go. So let's go ahead and ls on our dump folder, and we have a lot of files in it. And it's very noteworthy that this is there's a Docker file here. So that means that all of this seems to, I'm just guessing that this is in some sort of container, which is cool, right? So let's go ahead and hit a grep search that's going to make sure that we want to recursively enable regular expressions to search in without case sensitivity and that's what the I is for. Recursively enable regular expressions, and without sensitivity we want to look for the word password. The word password in this particular regular expression is looking for strings that look like that says password equals something. And because that's usually whenever you're using like a configuration file, you usually set your password equal to something. So we want to recursively search through the dump for passwords. And it took a lot of refining to get this search, and it looks like we have some database password. Why are we always? This is like the fourth time I inopportunely found database passwords inside of the boxes. But what's more important is the fact that we found credentials here, and we found credentials here within these particular directories. So let's go ahead and try to log in with that. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes part of being a hacker is being able to guess some stuff. So I actually went to, if you actually go to this particular file and read this particular file, let's do that. We can go ahead and cat out this file right here, and we come up to where the password is actually declared. You'll notice that there's no particular username that's declared. If we come up here as well, and let's go up. Where are the first credentials at? If we can find them. I hate looking through. It looks like we got an email address here. Oh, so we do have a username here. Where's our other one? If we can find it. Here we go. Oh, so we got an email right here. It says test@example.com. Okay. So let's go ahead and try test@example.com. And let's try put in this lovely password. And you notice it doesn't work. But let's go ahead and try admin@LinkVortex.hackthebox, and with the same password, and you notice that we actually do get into it. Now this is 100% required. You have to turn this into dark mode. It kind of hurts my eyes, so I'm not taking any questions about it. That's what's going to happen here. So now that we've actually got into the into their server, their ghost server, whatever this is, right? Now what we want to do is we want to like poke around, enumerate some stuff, and let me check my notes here. One of the things I want to do is I want to see if this is vulnerable. This is one of the first things that you pretty much want to do anytime at all. You want to check the version to see if there's any vulnerabilities that are specifically unique to this particular. So let's go to this about Ghost version 5.82.3, whatever this version is. Oh no, this is an update. Oh, so this person probably should have updated. So we're currently on version 5.58.0. So let's see if there's any vulnerabilities associated with this. I accidentally clicked on it. So let's go ahead and say Ghost 5.5 exploit. And it looks like we got an arbitrary file read exploit here. I tried to get this one working. This one wouldn't work for me. I started modifying the exploit and it was, this one didn't really work for me. So eventually I gave up and went to another one. This one's built in Python. And so let's go ahead and use this one instead, because this is what worked on my machine. And also ultimately the goal is to exploit the machine, not to get an exploit working. So whichever exploit works the fastest is the one that we're going to go with. So let's go ahead and we've already got to get cloned. So we go ahead and ghost cd into that directory. There's a readme file which probably links to this. Yeah, let's look at the example. Usage python 3 exploit.py, user, password, and URL. Seems easy enough to use. Accident. So let's go back to our terminals. Let's go ahead and cd into the CVE and use python exploit.py on exploit.py. We're supposed to specify a user to be admin at LinkVortex.hackthebox, and specify the password to be that lovely password from early. Whoops, I had the wrong thing copied. So let's get that password from earlier. Do I have it on the left somewhere? I hate scrolling through this. I should have put it in a notepad or something. As a matter of fact, what I'm about to do. Well, as a matter of fact, I think I do got to save in a notepad. We're going to put the octopiffer control. Is it control W that deletes word? No. Not now. Option W. Whoops. Control I. Control W. Yeah, that deletes the last word. Cool. And we want to specify the URL to be http LinkVortex.hackthebox. And it looks like we successfully got a cookie, and we have arbitrary read execution or arbitrary file read on the particular server. But we have like user privileges. So our goal is how can we use this in order to find credentials, right? Earlier, so let's go ahead and search through our dump file in order to figure out what files will be useful to read on this server. So I came up with this particular command right here. After a while, it took me a while to find it actually. Came up with this command. Let's cd into our dump file on the left, and I came up with this via ChatGPT actually. And what the prompt that I used was I specified, hey look, I need to you to recursively search this dump for as many file paths as you possibly can, and make sure it starts with one of the standard file folders, because there was a lot of file paths all over the place. There's hundreds of, like, thousands of files, so we want to make sure that it's /bin/something /sconfig/something /each.home.op something /lib/some/root/ give me something that starts with one of these right here, and then make it a file path, right? And even with this, like, even this, let me get rid of hold on, let me get rid of this. No terminating. What the fuck? Let's do, even with this particular file, it was still too much to search for, and ain't nobody got time to be going through all that. So after we found actual files, that actual directories, now what I did was, like, all right, you know what we're going to do is we're going to add the fact that we're going to pipe all of this into narrowing grepping for configuration files here. So we're looking, there's usually a lot of credentials in configuration files, so let's do that instead, right? And this one in here, we was able to find a lot of different configuration files. So I went through all of them until we got to the last one here, var/lib/go/config. We read that file and we find credentials to the SSH credentials to the server here. So let's go ahead and log in. Let's go ahead and exit from out of here. Let's go ahead SSH as Bob into SSH as Bob into LinkVortex.hackthebox. Copy and paste the password, and we're in. So first thing is you go ahead and collect the user flag. You know what I'm saying? Which was I never put the hashes on the screen, especially since it's an active box. So I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. So usually the first command that I usually do almost every time I want to escalate privileges is I type in sudo -l to see if we have the ability to run any programs as root. And the reason why is because if we can go ahead and escalate those privileges, we could potentially find a way to escalate privileges by abusing that particular program. And as you can see here, this all no password, we have the ability to run op/go user sudo user bin bash on op/go/clean symlink /on*/png. So let's see what's inside that file. Let's cat out /usr/bin /op/ghost/clean symlink.sh, and we have a file right here, right? And so let's parse what exactly is going on here. It looks like we have a variable that says var/quarantine. Whenever you see it says if check content exists, then if check content doesn't exist, set it equal to false. And down here where it says if check content, then we want to make sure that it's going to, and I'm jumping past all this other things right here, right? And so it says, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that check content runs true, and we want it to echo the content, and it's going to cat out whatever the quad dir name is, which is up here, and then it's going to do the link name to. What's link name to? Well, link name to is great. Oh no, it's just link name. This part is here. in redirecting to null. I'm mistaking. A mistake. But where's link name though? All right, link name right here. And so now it says that if is user says sudo the bin task on the link, then the link name is equal to the base name, then the link. The target is going to be equal to user slash read link. And so what we base, and if we can, if they're able to echo the link target here, they're going to pipe it into grepping root. Then it's going to say if they're going to try to detect whether there's something in /root, then it's going to say trying to read critical files, and it's going to remove the link, and then it's going to unlink the link here. Otherwise, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we create 2 links here, because if we do it directly, it's going to detect that we're trying to read critical files here, right? Because we're trying to read from the root directory. So we want to link something to something that links to that root file instead of linking it directly. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's type in ls. We only have user.text here. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we export check underscore content to equal to true first. Export. I don't export check content equal to true. And the reason why is because we needed check content to equal to true anyway. The second thing we want to do is that we want to, let's go ahead and touch a file named link1.png, right? And the reason why is because it has to start with a PNG file anyway. Right here where it says if the link file exists, whereas the link file is the first argument. If it's not something that PNG, then it's going to echo first argument has to be a PNG file. So we got to make sure that we create this as a PNG file here. Let's go ahead and type it. Let's go ahead and ln type sf to link this particular file. Let's do this on /root.text because we know that that's where the file is, and we want to make sure that we link that to link1.png here. All right, cool. And but now we have to link something that links to it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and touch link2.png here. Let's go ahead and link that file .sf. Let's say let's do /home/bob/link1.png, and we want that to be linked to link2.png, and that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and do that. And so now that we have our link to linking pointing to we have our link to, if we go ahead to ls tac lat, you see that we have our link to linking to link 1, and we have our link 1 linking to root. And so let's go ahead and run that command. Let's sudo /usr/bin/bash, and oh, this beat jumping. Hey. All right. Let's run our bash command on /opt on opt /ghost /clean symlink.sh, and we want to run this program on our PNG file, so on link2.png, and hopefully that works. We have link file. I usually don't show but that's the only way to do it. So and with that said, that's the end of the video, because we were able to read the root.txt file. If there was somebody that was able to find a way to stabilize a shell, an actual shell on this particular box, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Other than that, please, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And I hope y'all all had a happy holiday. Today's the 2nd, so you know it. Let's start 2025 off right. You heard?